What's going on, ladies and gentlemen? It's Daniel, and welcome back to another video. Today, we got a few NASCAR stories that I could talk to you guys about today. Let's just jump straight into it. So, Josh Berry on Tuesday night scored the victory in the replacement 100 at Kansas National Speedway, the second replacement 100 race we've had at this moment. He pretty much straight up dominated. The only competition he had throughout the night was Josh Williams and Bubba Wallace, but he was able to hold those guys off. He ended up winning the race by about 1 second. Now, the next race we go for the replacements 100 will take place in the street stock cars instead of the Gen 6 cars. I don't remember what race we are going to next. We'll find out here very, very soon. But anyway, congratulations to Josh Berry. Especially, this is the first time. He didn't race in the first race, if I'm not mistaken. So, for him to get his first start in this series, that's really, really cool. And Josh Berry, I think, is a solid iRacer, in my honest opinion. Now to the next story, and this is one I kind of not surprised. NASCAR is considering midweek races when racing resumes. They might have places that had 2 races, and one of those postponed may run 2 races in one weekend. Now, let me just say this for the record. Here's what I could see happening. Now, there already are going to be 2 weekends they could already fill up. The Olympics got pushed back to 2021, so that might affect next year's outcome for the 2021 NASCAR schedule. But, like, for instance, Dover, which is a doubleheader and it's not in the playoffs, I would not be surprised if Dover ends up getting a second day, both their dates in one weekend, while, like, Atlanta or Homestead goes in that little void, or, like, Talladega goes in that void. I would not be surprised if Atlanta Homestead gets in the void. So then you have to think about what could end up happening in what 4 races could end up happening, because they don't want to touch the playoffs. And the unfortunate problem is all 4 of these races are in the playoffs that are not affected. So Bristol, Talladega, Texas, and can't remember the other one I got affected. But yeah, there were 4 other races that are going to have to be made up in this time. So we'll see what happens, but we could also see more races getting postponed or canceled. With the COVID-19 situation that is going on in the United States, there is a very, very good chance that we still see more races get postponed. If that is the case, though, I would not be surprised if NASCAR does end up starting to cancel races. Because I don't know, if it's more than this, I think it's going to be tougher to get all these races in. They already have a tough situation, because they don't want to mess with that playoff buffer. So there's 4 or 5 races they're going to have a hard time getting in. But I do think there's a good opportunity they will get all these races in. But that depends if we go back racing when we are expected to go back. So we'll see what happens. I just hope NASCAR can figure out when they can release, because they don't know when they're going to release the plans for the rest of the 2020 season. It just depends on how this COVID-19 stuff plays out for the rest of 2020, because it might still be going up because the number of cases continues to go up and spike up in the United States. Let's just see what happens, though. All right. Now to the next story. A NASCAR employee tested positive for COVID-19. NASCAR has notified teams that an employee who was at Atlanta has tested positive. So, very good decision for NASCAR not to run Atlanta, I guess, because an employee got tested positive, which that is not very good, to be honest with you. I don't think I think there's a good chance that we had a race that weekend. There was a very good chance that some driver or somebody got infected. Granted, they were all in the Atlanta Motor Speedway area, till Saturday, of course, when they decided, Friday night, when they decided to just end it, we're going to run it in 2 days and then end the weekend early. But NASCAR made a good decision by postponing, because there was a good chance someone might ended up getting infected through all this. So, yeah, that's not good. No one wants that stuff, and I don't think anybody wants to get this crap. Now to the next story. NASCAR is interested in continuing the NASCAR iRacing events after race returns. In one quote states, I do think that there is a more long-term play here. Those conversations have happened. Let me just say this for the record. I love the NASCAR iRacing Pro Invitational Series that they have been doing here on YouTube. I think it's really been really, really fun. I think it's been a success for NASCAR in general. I think iRacing is a very good tool. I think there's a good opportunity we can see a lot more races that do come out of this. Well, not a lot more, but I don't think there's going to be like a race every week, because these drivers are going to be focusing on race set. But after the success of the first race, where it made history, it became the most watched esports event in history, I think NASCAR has a really good opportunity here to step it up and run more iRacing events because, again, iRacing, I said, is a great tool. It's fantastic. I think there's a very good, as I was saying, I think the NASCAR is a really, really, really good tool, and I think it's going to be very interesting what NASCAR does. I think like I said, you'll probably see some more races. Probably not till the end of the season. Probably when we go in the off season, you're going to see a lot more of these events. But hey, it'd be a good buffer, especially in the next off season, which we've had like 2 or 3 off seasons already this year to begin with. But I think it's really cool, and I hope we get to see more of those races very, very soon. And now to the final story and probably the bulk of this episode. NASCAR has ordered pay cuts for employees of the racing series. NASCAR executives will see a 25% reduction in salary, while other employees will have their salaries reduced by 20%. This is not a surprise. The whole economy in the general, not just in NASCAR, has been decreasing very rapidly because of the whole situation that is going on. I'm not very surprised that this is going on. NASCAR has to do something to keep the sport afloat. Because NASCAR, like I said, while it can take a hit like this, they cannot continue to be missing more and more races. And I think they had to do this in order to keep, this series. But it does suck, don't get me wrong. I mean, do I think we want to see pay cuts in general? No, but I just think NASCAR had to do something, it has to do something. I don't know. It sucks, though. Trust me. I think a lot of these teams are feeling, I think even these small teams are feeling in general all these issues that are going around right now because if any of these races do end up getting canceled, there's a good chance that, these small teams could be in financial trouble. And I think NASCAR had to order pay cuts. It's a very tough situation because you got a lot of people are getting affected. You look at all these officials that are getting affected by this. They're going to lose a lot of money. I mean, you look at certain businesses around where I live because of the situation. One of the businesses I know around here has lost 60% in sales. That is just not very good at all. And NASCAR has lost a lot of money because they've lost sponsorship income. And yes, they could use all that sponsorship income because now they're all going to have to renegotiate all sponsorship if, of course, the season does not get back on and it does not end up getting renewed. But at the same time, this situation it really sucks. I mean, I feel for everyone at NASCAR, and not just everyone at NASCAR. I feel for everyone in the world, man, because everyone's getting hit really, really hard by this in the world right now, the situation that is going on. I feel for them. It sucks. And like I said, NASCAR probably didn't want to do this. I bet they didn't want to do this, and they would not have done this. But, yeah, we just have to keep the sport afloat, I guess. Things just sometimes are not meant to be. It hurts. It really hurts to see that NASCAR has to do this. I mean, they didn't want to. I didn't want to see it happen. It sucks. I mean, there's no ifs and buts about it. The situation just isn't going to get much better. I hope things do eventually get better soon around the world so we can go back racing. Yeah, that's kind of a somber note, end of the video. Let's just go ahead and end it there and talk about some other things. I actually do have my 2021 NASCAR schedule. I have it planned and ready to go. I am going to be uploading it tomorrow since I am off of work tomorrow. I'm going to have it up for you guys tomorrow afternoon, probably about 1 or 2-ish in the afternoon, so you guys have that out as well to watch. I do have some other content that I am planning on doing, but just while we're waiting for the next 2 weeks, the NASCAR news stuff, like I've said in the past, I will do NASCAR news videos, just not as many, and I don't expect as many uploads during this little hiatus that we are having in NASCAR currently at the moment. So I am going to still be doing videos here on YouTube. I do have a few video ideas that I'm working on. It'll take me some time to get those videos out, but just expect some really good, cool, and new, interesting content that you guys have not seen on this YouTube channel very, very soon. So anyway, I want to thank you guys for watching today's video. Please like and subscribe to the channel. Turn notifications on so you can be notified when a video does go live on my channel. Follow me on Twitter, Facebook, and Instagram. Links in the description below for that. And comment your thoughts on today's video. Anyway, I want to thank you guys for watching today's video, and I will see you guys next time. Take care, everybody.